Good morning, students. Today we are going to see lesson 5 part D. That's the second part. Already we have seen the first part. So today we will see the second part D. From lesson 5 market structure and pricing. Let us move on into the lesson. We are going to see lesson 5 part D. Bring out the features of perfect competition. Perfect competition means large number of buyers and sellers. Perfect competition meaning is that only. Large number of buyers and sellers. The features, a large number of buyers implies that each individual buyer buys a very small quantum of a product as compared to that found in the market. This means that he or she includes has no part to fix the price of the product. He is only a price taker and not a price maker. Only the producer will have the right to fix the price. There is homogeneous product and uniform price. The product sold and bought is homogeneous in nature. It means single, solo, in the sense that the units of the product are perfectly substitutable. All the units of the product are identical, the same size, shape, color, quality, etc. Therefore, uniform price prevails in the market. Next, we will see about the free entry and exit of market. In the short run, it is possible for every efficient producer producing the product at a very low cost to earn supernormal profit. Very low cost, isn't it? It's very favorable to the consumer. At low cost, you can get any product and it's a supernormal profit to the producer. Attracted by such a profit, new firms came into industry, which when a large number of firms enter, the supply would be increased and resulting in lower price. So supply is increasing and they're at a lower price, isn't it? As the price reduces, the consumers will purchase more and more. Absence of transport cost. The prevalence of the uniform price is also due to the absence of the transport cost, isn't it? The product is made in a long place, produced in a long place. It may be in Chennai or some other place, Hyderabad. But we get it in the hand of our own place, our own native place. So there is an absence of transport cost. We don't want to go to the production where it is made, but we get it in our own hands. The prevalence, next one, perfect mobility of factors of production. The prevalence of the uniform price is also due to the perfect mobility of the factors of production. Mobility means it's moving from one place to another, and the factor of production is made, and the product is at the reach of our hands, and the perfect knowledge of the market. All buyers and sellers have a thorough knowledge of the quality of the product and the prevailing price, etc. We know where do we get this product at a cheaper rate. So these are the features of thing. No intervention of government. There is no government regulation on supply of raw materials and the determination of price, etc. Next we will move on to the how price and output. Output means a profit are determined under perfect competition. Perfect competition means large number of buyers and sellers. In the short run, at least a few factors of production are fixed. There are 4 factors: land, labor, capital, organization, isn't it? In the short run means short period. Few factors of production are fixed. It does not change, vary. The firms under perfect competition take the place 10 from the industry and start adjusting their quantities produced. So you see, for example, QD is equal to 100 minus 5P, and QD means quantity demand, and QS is equal to 5P. At equilibrium, QD is equal to QS. Equilibrium means demand is equal to supply, isn't it? Therefore, now we are going to see the calculation for this production in perfect competition. Therefore, 100 minus 5P is equal to 5P. 100 is equal to 10P. 100 by 10. Have you got that 10? You see there? The perfect competition takes the price 10. On the top you see the second point, 10. So that 10 we are bringing it here. 100 by 10 is equal to P. QD is equal to demand. P is equal to 10. Price is equal to 10. So we are going to calculate QD, quantity of demand. That is 100 minus 5 into 10. Quantity supplied is equal to QS is equal to supply. So 100 minus 50 is equal to 50. QS means is equal to 5 into 10 is equal to 50. Therefore 50 is equal to 50. So demand is 50 and supply is 50. Price and output determination in perfect competition during short run. You see in the industry, you see the figures, diagrams, okay. In the industry you see the demand curve is red curve and the supply curve is the black curve, but the E is in equilibrium. Is it equilibrium? E is equilibrium. So you see in x-axis output is given, normal profit is given, y-axis revenue and cost is given for industry. And next you see the next second figure. It's about the firm 1. So it's telling about the perfect competition in firm 1. So x-axis output and y-axis nothing is given there, but it's the revenue and cost. So you see the curves. You will see these diagrams. You will draw these diagrams, and the explanation is given down. This diagram consists of 3 panels. This diagram, perfect competition. One second. Perfect competition during short run is given in 3 panels. In 3 panels is there, isn't it? 3 diagrams are there. This equilibrium of an industry is explained in the first panel. Industry is explained in the first panel, and firm 1 and firm 2 is explained in the next one. Next we will see the demand and supply forces of all the firms interact, and the price is fixed as 10. The equilibrium of an industry is obtained at 5 units. We calculated, isn't it? Units of output, if the profit is 50. In the second part of the diagram, AC curve is lower than the price line. The equilibrium condition is achieved where MC is equal to MR. Its equilibrium quantity sold is 50. So you will draw the diagram and you are writing the explanation for the diagrams. Its total revenue is 50 into 10 is equal to 500. Its total cost is 50 into 8 is equal to 400. Therefore, its total profit is 500 minus 400 is equal to 100. In the third part of the diagram, firm's cost curve is above the price line. That is, the equilibrium condition is achieved at point where MR is equal to MC. Its quantity sold is 50. When the prevailing price is experiences loss, that is AC will be greater than AR. That is, average cost will be greater than average revenue. So its total revenue is 50 into 10 is equal to 500. Its total cost is 50 into 12 is equal to 600. Therefore, its total cost loss is 600 minus 500 is equal to 100. As profit prevails in the market, new firms will enter the industry, thus the increasing of the supply of the product. This means a decline in the price of the product and increase in the cost of production. Thus the abnormal profit will be wiped out, loss will be incurred. Next we will see about the perfect competition firms equilibrium in the long run. First we saw in the short run, isn't it? Now we are going to see in the long run, it's about normal profit. Long run means we will get the normal profit. Short run means we will get the loss, isn't it? 600 minus 500 is equal to 100. So now we are going to see about the long run normal profit. In the long run, all the factors are variable. There we saw only some factors are variable. Other things are fixed. Here all the factors are variable, changing. The LAC means long run average curve. It's an envelope curve as it contains a few average cost curves. It is a flatter U-shaped one. You see the diagram? You see the LAC curve in the diagram? That blue curve, isn't it? How it is? It is in U-shape. And you will draw the diagram and you will write the explanation for that. But the explanation is not given here. So they are moving on to the next question. Describe the features of oligopoly. That is, oligopoly means a market condition and situation in which there are few firms selling homogeneous or differential products. For example, medical you can take medicines. Few large firms, very big firms want the major control of the whole market by producing major portion of the market demand. Oligopoly means market situation in which there are few firms selling homogeneous products. So very big firm, few large firms means very big firms have owned a major and control of the whole market by producing major portion of the market demand. Next one, interdependence among firms. There is an interrelationship. The price and quantity decision of a particular firm are dependent of the rival firm. So they will have a contract with both the firms. Group behavior. The firms and oligopoly realize the importance of mutual cooperation between the sellers. Advertisement cost will be there. That is, the oligopoly could raise advertisement cost. Nature of the product. It is nature of the product means perfect oligopoly means homogeneous product, and imperfect oligopoly means deals with heterogeneous product. Heterogeneous means multiple products. Homogeneous means single product. And price rigidity means the changes in price. Price rigidity is one of the important feature of oligopoly. That is, it implies the prices are difficult to be changed. The oligopolies firms do not change their prices due to the fear of rivals. If they raise the price, what will happen? The people, the consumers will move on to the lowest, cheaper price product, isn't it? When a product is low only, at lower price only, the consumer will buy it. If it is in a higher price, they will move on to the lower price. Illustrate price and output determination under monopoly. Oligopoly means about the homogeneous product, and now we are going to see about the monopoly. Determination under monopoly. Monopoly means single seller. A monopoly is one firm industry. Therefore, a firm under monopoly faces a downward sloping demand curve. Since under monopoly, AR falls as more units of output are sold, the MR lies below the AR curve. That is, MR is lesser than AR. The monopolist will continue to sell its product as long as its MR greater than MC. MR means marginal revenue and MC means marginal cost. So he attains equilibrium at the level of output when its MC is equal to MR. Beyond this point, the producer will experience loss and hence will stop selling. Let us take the following hypothetical example of total revenue function and total cost function. There is a calculation for this total revenue function and cost function. The total revenue is equal to 100, Q is minus 4Q squared, and TC is equal to the total cost Q3 minus 18Q squared plus 91Q plus 12. Therefore, AR is equal to 100 minus 4Q, MR is equal to 100 minus 8Q, AC is equal to Q2 minus 18Q plus 91 plus 12Q. This is the sum, okay. So, we are going to do the calculation. That is, MC is equal to 3Q squared minus 36Q plus 91. When Q is equal to 3, now we will do the calculation for AR and AC, MR and MC. So, AR calculation 100 minus 4 into 3 is equal to 88. And AC is equal to 32 minus 18 into 3 plus 91 plus 12 by 3 is equal to 9 minus 54 plus 91 plus 4 is equal to 50. And MR is equal to 100 minus 8 into 3 is equal to 76. MC is equal to 3 into 3 into 2 minus 36 into 3 plus 91. 27 minus 108 plus 91. This calculation we must do. This is the sum given for the calculation of price output determination under monopoly. So we must do this sum. And next you will draw the diagram. And then you will give the explanation for the diagram. You see the diagram, isn't it? You see the diagram. So red curve is MC curve, blue curve is AC curve, and yellow curve is AR curve, and green curve is AMR curve. With this we are going to write the explanation. From this diagram, till he sells 3 units output, MR is greater than the MC. And when he exceeds this output level, MR is less than MC. The monopoly firm will be equilibrium at level of output where MR is equal to MC. The price is 88. This calculation we have done on the top, isn't it? To check up how much profit the monopolist is making at the equilibrium output, the average revenue curves and the average cost curves are used. As at equilibrium level of output is 3, the average revenue is 88 and the average cost is 50. Therefore, 88 minus 50 is equal to 38. Is the profit per unit. So, the total profit is equal to average revenue minus average cost into total output. The calculation is 88 minus 50 into 3 is equal to 38 into 3 is equal to 115. With this, I finish this lesson. Thank you, students. God bless you all. Stay home, stay safe, study well. Thank you, students.